What's happening in Spain with their invasion, they brought upon themselves, and the same thing could happen to Canada. People need to get a grip and send the signal out, send it to our elected people. Canada is not wide open. This invasion that is happening in Spain is something that that country brought upon themselves. Their leadership, their prime minister, signaled to the world that they don't care if they get invaded, if there's mass over immigration, open immigration, that they're never going to send back people who are there illegally. When a country sends a signal that they don't care if they get invaded by massive immigration without anybody being checked, without anybody being deported if they're criminals, when you send that signal, your country is on the way to disaster. When you send a signal that anybody can come in, even when their values clash with yours, even when they don't support the values that made Canada strong, you send that signal that people are welcome to come swarming in on that basis, then Canada also will be doomed. There's this crazy notion out there that all cultures are equal. All cultures are not equal. Islam believes as foundational, I'm not talking about the so-called extremists, because a lot of Islamic teaching is extreme when compared to Western teaching. In Canada, we don't believe women are second class. In Canada, we don't believe that you can keep women from voting. In Canada, we don't believe that if somebody commits a terrorist act, they're going to go to heaven and meet 72 virgins there. In Canada, we believe everybody gets a vote. These things are very different than where Islam is practiced around the world. And if we don't make that differentiation, we are going to be in trouble. I can tell you, as Canada's former Minister of Public Safety, responsible for the criminal justice system in terms of how it's applied, if you don't send strong signals that there's going to be strong penalties, that there's going to be strong consequences for people who break the law, especially when they're doing that violently, if you don't send a message out that there's no free drugs for everybody on the street, that there's no free, safe shoot-up sites. These are messages that have to be sent out. If you don't do that, and add on to that wide open and illegal immigration, you invite catastrophe on your own country. People are wondering if there's any hope. Are we going to just fall apart like we're seeing in so many European countries? Of course there's hope. Hope comes from speaking the truth. Yes, speak it in love, but speak it strongly. And when you speak clearly and you identify to people that they need to think about who they're voting for. Are they voting for people and for policies that weaken a country, that make a country disintegrate? Or are they voting for people and policies that respect the law, that respect legal immigration, that recognizes there's right and wrong? These are the types of things that are going to either make a country be strong and prosper or cause a country to fail.